Brandon Sanderson, in my opinion, could be the best in the world at characterization. The way he grows and evolves his characters is nothing short of incredible, and that is putting it lightly. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're with Chris, and today I'll be wrapping up yet another week as the end of Feb is definitely knocking at the door. The first half of the week saw me not reading too much because I was distracted, but by Thursday I was driven to read as much as I could so that I could catch up and be where I needed to be in the position where I could possibly squeeze out another book for Feb. But earlier in the week I finished a fantastic project. It was my book Nook that I received as a present from my younger brother. I enjoyed the process so much. It actually turned out better than I thought possible. There were a couple of mistakes made along the way, but I've learnt from those so that I can apply it to my next project that I have ordered. I have actually ordered a book Nook online, and I should have it delivered this week. So what I'll be doing is doing a live unboxing on the channel just to share with you what you get in the box in its raw form before it's actually built. So I'll be showing you all the bits and pieces that go together to make this awesome accessory for your bookshelves. Now this one I've got on order is going to be fantastic for the fantasy genre, which would accompany a certain set of books very, very well, but that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to reveal anything more, but I can't wait to share that with you on camera. It is going to be great, and my wife ordered one as well. She's already got hers, and she is so lovely that she is going to wait until I get mine so that we can do it together, and I know it must be hard for her to resist because she's excited about it as well. I reckon she'd be chopping at the bit to get into it, and she's going to wait for me so that we can do it together. Of a night time when the kids are in bed, you can just sit there and build stuff together. It doesn't get any better than that. Okay, now this week I put up finally my Stephen King epic tier list, something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time because I have been struggling to get my OBS studio off the ground. Now I will make an apology for the sound quality when I was doing the tier list itself. Something is wrong with the mic settings that I have to investigate. It's almost as if I'm my voice is being recorded on two mics. The blue mic I have here, which this is the mic I currently use, the blue mic, and the mic from the internet camera. So I think there's got to be a way to switch one of these off so that I can have a bit more clearer audio quality. So apologies for the audio quality with that, but I had an absolute ball doing it. I've wanted to do it for a long time, and doing it in an impromptu kind of environment where I'm bringing them up and having to think on the spot about them and put them into categories without rehearsing it was a bit of a challenge, but it was also a lot of fun. And I think one of the positive things that came out of doing that was there was only one dumpster fire of a book, which if you haven't seen the tier list videos, I did split them into parts 1 and 2 to make it a bit more digestible, and you'll see what I'm talking about there. But if you haven't picked up on those videos, do give them a watch because it is a lot of fun, and it has given me the confidence to do more tier lists in the future now that I know how to do it. Alright, now, yes, I did finish the Well of Ascension this morning, being Sunday here in Australia. Look, to be honest guys, the book, I'm going to have my review up sometime next week, but some initial thoughts here. The book did start off a little bit slow, not much was happening, but by the second half of the book things began to pick up very, very quickly, and there were revelations, there were twists, there were reveals there all through the book. There was a spy within the group's midst, and it was a real shock to find out who the spy was. There was a lot of political intrigue. There was fights for control of Lutherdale. It was just absolutely fantastic, and Vin is such a wonderful character. you don't want to get on her bad side if she gets angry. I think your history. And I think Allomancy as a magic system is one of the most kick-ass magic systems I've ever read about. I haven't actually read much in fantasy, but from what I have read, it absolutely kicks ass. Now, Furukami is another magic system that is used by Seekers, such as Sarzed, who has become one of my favourite characters as well. Instead of just burning metals and burning metals quickly in a fight, the way they use their Furukami is a little bit different. So they'll burn metals, but they store away the properties and attributes of these metals. So for example, if Sarzed wants to save his strength, he will actually diminish his strength over time so that he becomes weak and frail, and then when he's called upon to fight, he can actually call upon these stored attributes in his metals. And what happens, it is a fantastic magic system, and he becomes such a badass because if he's been saving up all this power in his metals for years, as soon as he comes to fight, and this is probably a bit of a spoiler, so don't listen to this, but he calls upon those metals, and if he comes up against adversaries, he literally grows and turns into this Hulk-like warrior. It is fantastic to read about, but the magic system here, guys, is absolutely unreal, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And I plan on reading book 3, which is of course the Hero of Ages, hopefully sometime in March if I can, because I do want to stay on that timeline of my Cosmere journey so that I can read everything I need to before jumping into Words of Radiance, and hopefully by November catching up and finally reading Rhythm of War before Stormlight Archive Book 5 is released. So I'm well on my way, and I'm just loving Brandon Sanderson's writing. Okay, so let's talk about next week's reading. Now, what I've done is I have started The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown, which is his debut novel, which is going to be fantastic from all indicators, and it's about a young woman who gets tied up with a magic book that can take her anywhere and any timeline as well. But there are other books of power as well, and some hidden entity, evil entity, wants all the books for itself for whatever it wants to do. Looking forward to finishing this one this coming week. It shouldn't be too bad. It's only about bit over 300 pages, so it's not a big read for me, and it shouldn't take me too long if I think it's going to be as good as I think it will be. But that will be awesome. Now, in March, I'll be also doing a buddy read with Scott from over at the Bookish Brides. We're going to be reading together The Co-Worker by Freida McFadden. We're aiming for week 2 to do that. And then once that's done, we'll jump on a live stream and talk about it and compare notes. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing that with Scott. It should be a blast. And I've become really hooked on Freida McFadden's work because she's such a good thriller writer, and really looking forward to that. There are other things I plan on reading in March, of course, and in the coming days I'll release my March reading possibilities video as well for everything I would like to read in March. So it's not a TBR because I can't stick to them, but I'll go through everything and share with you what I would like to read in March. And of course, early next month I'll have my February reading wrap up as well, so that'll be good. I'm looking at a new segment which will be done every now and then, so it won't be a regular segment, but you know, whenever I want to do this, I'm going to be doing tarot deck reviews. Now, I've always had a thing about tarot and can read the cards, not necessarily for other people. I find it a very personal thing where if there's anything imminent in terms of a life-changing event, I can consult the cards and get some answers and things like that. It's actually really funny. Last year, in the last 12 months, I had changed jobs because I became redundant from my previous job, and I did a bit of a reading for myself, and a couple of obvious cards came up because I was in the unique position where I had 2 jobs to essentially choose from, which is a nice position to be in, right? And a classic obvious card about decisions and things like that was the 2 of Pentacles that came up, and the Ace of Pentacles as well, which meant new money and things like that. It's very, very eerily accurate if you use them properly, and and I've wanted to collect some decks for quite some time, so I have actually collected a few decks, and I thought it'd be really fun to share with you on the channel, just to flip through and review the decks, just to share my thoughts and impressions on what I think of the deck, whether I would use it, talk about the themes, and I thought the best one to start with would be Titanic Risen Spirits, which I've got right here, which I'm going to do a flip through on very soon in the coming days. I just have to work out how to properly rig up overhead photography as well, so that I can do a flip through rather than holding up every card to the camera. So that'll be a challenge in itself, but I'm really looking forward to that segment. As I said, it'll be every now and then I'll just review a tarot deck. I've got a couple of good ones there. I've got the Ghost Tarot, I've got a Stranger Things one, I've got Supernatural, and I've got a couple of others there that I plan on showing you as well. So it'll just be something a little bit fun, and it's kind of loosely related to books, kind of, because bookstores sell tarot cards, right? So, you know, kind of related, but it's going to be a blast. But lots of things to look forward to. So there you go, guys. That is it for another weekly update. I feel like I'm doing these every day because the weeks are going along so quick, but thank you so much for watching. If you like and subscribe, as always, I'll promise to deliver the best content I can, and there is a lot of content on the way, guys, so I'm looking forward to sharing all that with you. As per usual, offer up any feedback in the comments below, and I'm happy to engage you on that. But until the next video, guys, happy reading.